So, hey, this is super important announcement. So if you haven't been paying attention, here's the time to tune in, especially at home. Put down the donuts and sit in front of the TV and watch this and listen carefully. So we are going to go into a major property renovation over here. And we're very thankful. Revolution Church previously been saving up money to eventually buy a building, or whether it be used or new or whatever. And now the Lord has other plans for that. God reunited us with y'all, which has been amazing, and you guys have been super. So instead of using that money to buy something, we'll use it to renovate this. And we need your help. We don't want this to be just me and Pastor Stan figuring all this out. We need your help. I will say this, though. This is the good news. This building right here was built, and it had a general contractor, and who obviously did a good job, and it was Pastor Stan. So he's got that experience. So normally if you have a general contractor to oversee a major project, they get 10%. So if we spent $75,000 renovating that sign, he would get $7,500. Well, Pastor Stan's just going to do it for the Lord. Isn't that a good thing? So let's give him a hand. We're thankful for that. We may slip him a dozen donuts here and there, but okay, so here's what we're going to do. And this is proposed. This is not set in stone. This is what the elders, all four of us, pastors, elders, have been talking about and praying about, and this is what we're presenting to you, the church, and we want you to kind of discuss it and go over it with us. But we're going to divide it into 7 different areas. We're going to do the external of the old building, which would be paint, some things on the roof. We don't know how much on the roof, but we need some on the roof. But it obviously needs paint and refurbishing the outside, power washing, all kinds of stuff. And then the internal on that north end, the children's and teens. We want to get all those classrooms looking great, remodeled and renovated. There's a difference, but anyway, I learned. But then we're going to do the south side of the fellowship hall, do all the inside, lighting, flooring, and paint at a minimum. All those, make them look brand new inside and out. And then we're going to do the grounds, which means we're going to upgrade the old sign, talk about the possibility of a new sign. And you say, why would you have 2 signs? Because the old sign this sign could, what we're suggesting is, it says children's and youth ministry and all the information pointing to this building. And then this new sign over here would be a general church sign that would be nicer and more modern. Anyway, but that would also include landscaping and signage on the building so that it says, entrance for worship this way, children's this way, and just whatever, parking for different things like that. And then we need parking. If you were here on December 19th, we had 112 people in church and no parking spaces left. We had people parking across the street in different ways and walking down. And so we got to solve a parking problem now. 112 is not that many. On a good Sunday, we were running 85, 90. And on that day, we had 112. So if we are expecting to grow, we got to have places for people to park. So we're going to talk about different parking options. In this building, we have some minor things we want to do. Just install some commercial grade stalls in the men's restroom and maybe do some work on the sound area. These are things up for discussion. And then there's another building over there that's kind of a modular building. It's an old office building, and it experienced a flood this past year. And so it needs some work. And there's different ideas on what that could be. Let me just give you 3. One is it could be a missions quarters. When we have missionaries who come in and stay with us, instead of putting them in a hotel, we put them there, which, having been on that side where I'm a guest speaker somewhere, I prefer to stay on the grounds and not in a hotel. But whenever we have a guest speaker or a missionary, they could stay there. And sometimes not just when they come to speak for us, but when missionaries come home on furlough and they're like in Texas for a month and they're reporting to all churches all over Texas, they could stay there. And there's, and then another option is that be the youth building instead of the other building, and then we make the other building like 5th and 6th grade or something like that. There's a lot of options, or there'd just be 2 really nice Sunday school classrooms. There's all kinds of options. We're open to all of those, but we would want to renovate that. But the problem is we can't do all of them. So we're going to have to make a priority list because we're trying not to go into any type of debt to do this. With the exception of maybe the sign, if they can give us great financing on it, like 0% or something like that. I don't know. But we're going to have to make a prioritized list, and maybe there's 24 different things that need to be done, and we do 18, and 6 get done next year or the year after that or after that. So we're going to have to prioritize them, and that's, again, where we'll need your help. So next Sunday afternoon, we're going to have a lunch in the fellowship hall. It's going to be the elders, the advisory board, those who have been helping the finance team, and anybody else who is willing to help. And by help, I mean like a couple hours a week for the next couple months. So if you're willing to do that, we want you to step in and help us do those things. And basically what we'll be deciding is what would go where and things like that. And we're going to divide into teams. So you might want to pick one of those 7 areas and say, hey, I want to help with this or whatever building or what area. So we'll talk more about that. So it's all kind of out in the air, and we'll be praying about that and working on that. So.